Hi and welcome to this week's video. In this video, well, tidy up one or two pieces. Not a huge amount done because at the beginning of this week, last Saturday and Sunday, I basically went out to do flying and things, so good chunk of aviation carried out meant not much time at home to play, and it wasn't the type of flying that I'm going to create a video for you people to look at, I'm afraid. It was basically just keeping current, and I've done enough videos on just flying around keeping current. So join me and I'll show you what I've been up to. So I've fitted instruments into the panel now. I haven't got the radio one in, obviously, because I haven't got a radio at the moment, but all the cutouts there for that, just 4 screws. MGL's been bolted up for a time there. So I've got the altimeter, just requires securing at the back with a ring. Basically it gets held in place with like a Jubilee clip with a rubber seal around, rubber section around the edge to protect it. But all these are in. The slip ball, I have managed to get, it's got a very small bubble in there, but hopefully with expansion, changing temperature, that will go away. If not, I'll take it out and you stand it on one end. I'll have to look up to see which end you stand it on, but you stand it on one end and that bubble will come out. That's why it's important you make sure you put these in the right way up. So with the label at the top on this type, this mist type, otherwise it doesn't deal with that bit. Inside there, there's actually, inside the back casing, there's actually a set of bellows which allows for temperature and pressure changes, so that the fluid in here doesn't blow the ends off the cap section. But the ball works either way up on the, if you put that in either way up, the ball still goes to the centre. Quite weird. Compass is in, airspeed indicator, and the variometer. The variometer's not particularly accurate. It's slightly, it's out of cal, but having said that, it's just an additional instrument that's, it's nice to have there, but you can do without it. I just happen to have one, so I thought I'd put it in. And we've got the altimeter, which yeah, as we can sort of see, the pressures are changing quite a chunk at the moment. So if I remember rightly, we were just about on 1,000 when I looked up on the for the TAF. I think it was actually 999 hectopascals was what Norwich was sort of saying, but that's the lowest pressure in the region, and so we're just slightly higher than that. Look at 1,000, which is nice. These screws here, don't get worried about having screws near the compass in this format. These are titanium screws, instrument screws, designed specifically for instrumentation, and I acquired those at the same time as I acquired some of these instruments. I bought them as a packet, government surplus, so they're nice because they all fit in there. So there we go. So that's the front of the panel done. I've now got to work around and put this so it's got a piece of foam to lay on. I've then just got to do the plumbing for all the other bits to go into. Right then, this is the section which goes into the back of the transponder. It's only held in its knob bit. So I'm going to just heat up the piece of static, the static pipe here, just enough so I can actually get it to go over the barbs on the brass fitting there. go. So I've pushed that in. What's supplied with the transponder is this type of pipe. I was sort of thinking about, do I feed that into that and then clamp it on and have it going down to here, or going this way? I'm going to go this way. I'll just leave it. You're not going to pull that out. So there we go. I'll stick that back in. Like that. I've got to get to tie these bits up, but we'll get that sorted out shortly. Right, next bits to play with. That's going to go to a T-piece. Let me just move you so you can see what's going on. Okay, so you can sort of see where we're at. The pitot system feeds into the aircraft about that sort of position behind the panel, so I'll just get that out of the way. So this can be cut off. Like that. And these connectors are really very good. Pneumatic connectors. We've actually, I first came across these with HGVs, but there we go. So just pushes on. It's attached. If you squeeze these collets back here, you can release it again. So the multi-use. I'm just going to make sure that's in. So we're going from there. We've got pitot. That's going to be a red piece of pipe going to that. But static, so I want to run across to a T-piece there. I'm just going to put in the short length at each point. Static there. And it's going to end up coming back and up to here, so it's just going to need a short length for each of those. Really fairly short lengths. I think that's long enough. No. Could do with a bit of pipe just a touch longer. So I'm going to make that a touch longer. For there and for there. Right, that's going to go to the 90-degree one, which I've put down somewhere. There we go. The reason I'm using a 90-degree one there and not bending the pipe is because actually the process of bending the pipe can be a bit of a pain. Well, I can't really get away from it too much. There's enough distance from here down to there to make that one work. Oops. So there we have it. The static system running through to where it comes in. We've got a pipe on the inside of the aircraft that will feed there. The pitot system is being run with the red piping. The way I do that, the reason I did it that way is red, port, so P, pitot. I haven't got green pipe, so we've sort of gone just whatever colour I had, which was clear. Now this is all from the all the bits I've got here and things, plus one or two spare bits which I'm not going to be using, all from Stein Air, so quite comprehensive kit of bits. The additions that I did buy are these two bulkhead connector types, which will go out on the wing so it can grip onto the soft aluminium tube, which will form the pitot and static head. But this little lot connects up to the clear and the red pipe there, which goes down to the 2L section connectors down there, which allows me to be able to remove the wing or fit the wing as required. Right, so just going to get the press to torque switch bit through the control column. So this is the switch. I've put a loop into the wire, just a quick back on itself, and put the string up, wrapped it around about 3 times, and then put back through by itself. This has been threaded through the control column now, well, since the control column was assembled, so I'm hoping A, the string's good enough, and B, everything fits. Okay, so far that's going well. Nothing's ever quite as easy as you think it would be. There we go. Braiding through. And we're in. Well, that's a bit of a relief. I've made this cable way too long. Right then, a bit of a slow week. Here we go. I've been making up these weird wacky bits. I can't think of a proper name for them really. I made up 4 of these. This is out of 2mm stainless steel, and although this is an older spring, this is the size of spring I'm going to be using for the tail wheel, and we just thread that through that way, hook that around and back thread it in that way, like that. And now we've got a compression spring being used under tension for the tail wheel. And this weighs an awful lot less than the heavy lumpy bit that we've got, which came from Fisher, which is great, but it's just too heavy a duty for the aircraft. So this goes in, it's actually lighter, so it's not pulling down on the rudder cable, and I've made them so when it goes together it's going to be a little bit longer, so it's just going to be a tiny little bit of slack for the tail wheel, and these springs will compress. With me just using rudder, I can actually blow the tail round, use the brakes and turn in a tighter circle, where with the other ones I don't think that would be achievable. So there we go. That is one thing I've been up to. I've still got to wait my springs to arrive, which probably won't arrive any time in the next short bit. Well, that's it for this week, folks. Tidying up the front loom, getting the press to torque on the joystick sorted out, tail wheel spring loop things to help hold those together. It's pretty much all the visual stuff that you can see being done. I have been looking and planning where the the oil cooler is going to be fitted and how I can mount that. But I've done no progress, no fabrication in that line, and I'm not going to say that it's my final idea yet. So I'll show you that as and when it comes about. With a little bit of luck, I might get round to getting some of the exhaust sorted out in the next video or two, maybe. I don't know. Not a huge amount maybe for you to see though here, because of the me going flying, and I just did that because I need to fly. It's why I'm building an aeroplane. But maybe in the next video we'll make a bit more visual progress and I'll have something more interesting to show you. We're always making progress, and that's the important thing. We're moving forward. So keep well, look after yourselves, and hopefully you'll join me in the next video. So bye now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. You can subscribe or even hit the little bell notification for future videos. Any comments would be appreciated, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Remember, go fly and feel the sky.